afternoon, good night, whatever time of day you are in. Hello, my name is Kylie. I am a 16-year-old trying to be a YouTuber. I make vlogs with me and my friends, and I'm going to be talking about all things music, so stick around for the ride if you want to see something like that. If you're new to my channel, hi and welcome. If you're coming back, hello. I feel like I copied Curtis Connor, but I'm sorry. Last time I uploaded a video, it was the last day of my junior year, and I gave kind of a sneak peek of what I was going to be doing for this video. And in this video, I am going to be talking about how I met one of my favorite bands, Waterparks. I thought instead of just sitting in front of a camera, I would put on the OOTD outfit of the day and do my hair and makeup. I'm still in my pajamas, that's why I look kind of rough. But yes, let's start our story time. But first, I'm gonna get some coffee. All right, I am back. I have my coffee and we can get started. Yes, I'm filming in my bathroom. Please don't critique me. I don't have a designated spot for me to film videos as of right now. I'm still trying to work all that out. But as of right now, let's get into our outfit of the day. That was probably one of the worst transitions ever, and I might cut that. All right, I'm gonna try and do this like as clean as I can. The OOTD is a shirt I got thrifted yesterday. I think it is really pretty, this skirt. And for shoes, I'm going to be wearing these beat up red shoes. I love the way old shoes look. So our story starts on May 17th. I was in math class virtually because, you know, the world right now. I was in math class and I got a Twitter notification from the lead singer of the band, Waterparks, saying that they were doing an album release event in LA for the new album Greatest Hits, which was coming out May 21st. Mind you, I haven't been in the fandom very long. I joined during the previous album, which is Fandom. The last album was called Fandom, and that was the first time I was around for an album release. I texted my dad, and he was at work. I was like, Dad, can I please go? It is free. They were giving out free food, free merch, and he just said yeah. He wasn't as excited as I was. He's like, yeah, you can go. I was over the moon. I was counting down the days until the album release event, and I was going to bring up my best friend, Max. He was gonna come with me. We were gonna go to LA. We were going to, I might meet my favorite band. It was a whole thing for me. I was counting down the seconds. I started planning my outfit. It was amazing. I wanna say 19th. May 19th, Max canceled. I was devastated. Max canceled. Obviously, there's not much I can do. He had his own thing to take care of. I'm not gonna cry. I'm still gonna go. Well, I didn't cry yet. I kind of look like a raccoon, but it's fine. Anyways, Max canceled. What am I gonna do? I don't have any friends that listen to the album, and the only friend that I have lives in the UK. So what am I gonna do? Pay for my friend over there? Pay for his flight to come down to LA for a couple hours for an event? No. I take to Twitter and I throw into the Twitter void, hey, is anyone going to the event? My friend canceled plans last minute and I have no one to go with. Thankfully, somebody responded. And I shouted into the Twitter void, hey, my plans got canceled, I need someone to go with. Someone responded, I was saved, and we're gonna call this person, what are we gonna call this person? I don't wanna use their real name because I don't have permission. We're gonna call them Sandra. Now, Sandra told me, she's like, hey, I'm going to the event too. We can meet up. She DM'd me. She's like, I'm going to the event. I don't have anyone else to go with too. Like, we could go together. great. So over the course of the next couple days, me and Sandra are talking, we're making plans, we're saying we have to get there early because we don't know what it's gonna be like if there's gonna be a lot of people there already. So we start talking about that, and then the day finally comes. It's Friday, May 21st. The album comes out, and it was an experience to listen. I am one of those people that listen to music in the dark. When a new song or a new album comes out, I tend to listen in the dark, and I try and have my room as cold as possible because I feel like it is better to listen that way. So I was in love. I have to say, Greatest Hits is the intro track. Like, it's the very first song that comes in. And first I thought Cherry Red from the previous album was the greatest like intro to an album, and then I heard Greatest Hits and I was like, I might have to disagree with myself. Anyways, I have to say, side note, my favorite song from that album probably has to be The Secret Life of Me because I relate to it a lot. I wake up at 6:30, I check Twitter, and people are already at the event. I might have cried because who wouldn't? You know, I have the chance to meet one of my favorite bands, and if I don't meet them, I might possibly cry. Space was also limited, and since this is a COVID event, people are already at the event. I might have cried because, you know, I might not be able to meet my favorite band. Moving on from me being a crybaby, I picked myself up. I tried to get ready as like quickly as I could. I put on a shirt that I got from one of the band tees that I have. I have many. And I quickly did my hair and my makeup. Surprisingly, it was like a, oh yeah, I did this on like first try with my eyeliner. And I got my coffee and I left. Since Max canceled last minute and I obviously wasn't gonna go with Sandra, like by myself, like I wasn't gonna give her my address to pick me up, my dad went with me. So me and my dad embarked on our journey to Melrose, Melrose, and that's where the event was taking place, Melrose Avenue. So me and my dad left the house and we get there probably around 7 o'clock. The traffic was actually pretty decent. So we get there around 7 o'clock and he kind of drops me off where the line is, and I thankfully had a good enough spot in line where it wasn't like, am I gonna get in? I was maybe one of the first 50 people. Yeah, I'd say I was like one of the first 50 people in. So that was great for me. I felt a lot better. And Sandra hasn't shown up yet, so I'm just kind of standing there waiting in line. I'm a very shy person, and especially with being in lockdown for a while, talking to people right now isn't my strongest suit, especially strangers. Online I can talk to, like I can make friends pretty easily, but in person it's a whole nother story. So I'm kind of standing there by myself. I'm trying not to use up all my battery on my phone because I don't know how long I'm gonna be there. Mind you, I'm there at 7 in the morning. The event doesn't start till noon, and who knows how long I want to stay. So I want to say maybe 30 minutes passed, and then Sandra showed up. We said our hellos, like we started talking about the band, and more people started to show up. They actually moved the line because where they put us before, it was at a corner, so if we turned and kept standing in line where we originally were, a lot of people would have ended up in other people's front yards. So they obviously moved us towards another way. They moved us, long story short. Everyone thankfully like stood where they were, like nobody tried to cut or like just, I was very thankful that nobody tried to cut in line in front of us because that would have been bad. Anyways, Over the next maybe 2 or 3 hours, me and Sandra are talking, we're getting to know one another. She has a pretty cool career. Again, I'm not going to go into that because I don't have permission and that is her business. So yeah. I have a weird way of doing my eyeliner, so I had to do it off camera. It probably looks terrible. I'm blind as a bat without my glasses. I can't see. So continuing on. At around 10:30, Sandra tells me that 2 of her friends are showing up too, and she's like, do you mind if they stand in line with us? I obviously don't. I never mind meeting new people when I start easing into my comfort zone. Yes, I am very shy at first. It kind of takes me a minute to poke out of my shell, but in my head I was like, they're friends with her, they're cool. So 2 of the friends show up maybe 20 or 30 minutes later, and let's call them Bree and Samantha. So Bree and Samantha show up, and Bree is wearing this pastel, like kind of princess dress. She's wearing high heels. Bree was just dressed amazingly. Everyone was complimenting one another. Like, they looked amazing. Anyways, we're standing in line, and a couple times this guy in like a camera just like does a little run through of like everybody in line, and we were kind of like, what is this for? Why are they filming us? The guy ends up filming Bree and what she's wearing, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, she got filmed. And at that point we kind of already connected that they're filming something for the band, and we were just like super excited. We were like, ah! They actually ended up filming the people behind us, and they're like, well, what does Waterparks mean to you? Those kind of questions. And that was really cool. And then the guy comes and films my outfit. I was wearing a bucket hat from the band, a t-shirt, a kind of washed out jean dress, like not dress, but a skirt. I will put an outfit. I'll put what I was wearing right here, with, what is it called? I don't know the word, forgot, just here's my outfit. The guy comes by and he films me, and we're again waiting for a couple hours. We're all getting to know one another. One of the things that I really like about being in like a fandom like this is because people were walking around giving water, like making sure that no one's getting dehydrated. Mind you, I was in the sun for maybe 4-ish, 5-ish hours. I had breakfast and that's it. So people were walking out handing water bottles and granola bars. It was just really nice to see that we can all be so loving in the community, and I know it's like a basic simple thing that they were doing, but it meant a lot to me. Anyways, the time finally comes for them to start letting people in. It was 12 o'clock. So the line starts moving up, they start letting people in, they start giving us wristbands. They had us like do a what's your name and like who are you, because we had to fill out a form for like an RSVP. RSVP did not guarantee entry, that's why I was there so early. So I had to fill out an RSVP form, and they're like, okay, here's this. And since I'm also 16, I had to sign, like I had to get an age of consent thingy for that too, which is, I'm not explaining this well at all. But we have our temperature checked. We had to keep our masks on. Mind you, I've had my mask on this entire time in line too. The only reason I took it off was to drink my drinks, and that's pretty much it. Thankfully, I was one of the first people let in, and me and my dad go into the event. It was just like an alleyway. It was fine. It was safe. Don't worry. It was an alleyway, and right there was the mural that they were putting up. Did I mention that there was a mural? I probably didn't. The event that was going on was an album release and a mural reveal. We walk in, and there is a table with like a goodie bag. I will show what's in the goodie bag right now. It's like a goodie bag station, and then they were selling not selling, they were giving out free hair dye from a company called Good Dye Young. Haley Williams is part of it, and then they had the restrooms, which isn't that big a deal, and then they had an ice cream truck and pizza, and then there was a mural on the left side of me. So we walk in and my dad's like, go get a mirror, go get a goodie bag. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get a goodie bag. I think that's for the people that are working here. He goes, go get a goodie bag. And I'm like, fine. And I go grab a goodie bag, and in the goodie bag there is a water bottle, a notebook, a pencil, and some fruit roll-ups. The fruit roll-ups were from one of the songs in the album. It's called Fruit Roll-Ups. It is a love song. I love it with my heart. They have the album playing on speakers, and everyone's just having a good time. I got some hair dye. I have blue hair dye. Obviously my hair's not blue right now. It's like a very, it was red, just, it was red. Anyways, we're waiting, we're all dancing. I'm gonna insert some videos here. I'll try and find ones where their faces aren't included. I don't think I took a lot, but here are some videos from that day.
I'm gonna shave my fucking head!
So yeah, that was very fun. I got some ice cream. I couldn't really stomach some pizza. I was very nervous because the entire time my dad's like, you know, what if they're here? And what if Dwayne, another artist that the lead singer that the band is friends with, I'm like, no, Dwayne's not gonna be here. And then Dwayne showed up. Dwayne is another artist. He recently came out with an album called Stains. I would 100% listen to that if I were you. But Dwayne shows up and I'm like super nervous. I'm like, oh my god, that's Dwayne. I've been listening to him for about maybe a year. I first discovered him on Austin's podcast. So ever since then I was kind of a fan. But yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. I've seen a couple of Dwayne's Twitch streams, but I've never like been to a concert of his. The last concert I went to was Big Time Rush when I was like 7 or 8. Also, Big Time Rush is having a comeback. I really hope I get tickets, knock on wood. I go up to him and I'm like, can I get a picture? I'm like nervous as hell. I'm like, can I get a picture, please? He's like, yeah, sure. And he was really friendly about it, and I gave him a hug. I was so nervous. I gave that man like a side hug. Here's a picture. What was wrong with me? I was nervous. I was running on caffeine and anxiety and very few hours of sleep. Anyways, I got a picture with Dwayne, and then the band shows up. Everyone, I was so nervous. I was so happy, but I was so nervous. And yeah, this is how I reacted when I saw Jeff. So enjoy this. Yeah, the camera was shaking. I was near tears. Anyways, the band took us a couple photos by their mural. Everyone kind of crowded Austin to get a picture. Mind you, everyone was crowding everybody. Everyone was kind of crowding Austin, so I was like, I'm gonna get a picture with him later. So I go take a picture with Jeff, and Jeff is the guitarist. And I go up to him, and the weird thing is that everyone was kind of like, oh no, you go first when it's coming to the pictures. So that was like weird. But I go up and I'm like, hi Jeff, and he goes, oh hi, it's nice to see you, nice to meet you. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's nice to see you, meet you too. Can I get a hug, and can you sign my bucket hat? And he goes, yeah, and he signs my bucket hat. I get a hug and I get a picture, which was really, really cool. And here is that series of events.
Excuse me. Oh, you're fine.
I then go to Otto. Otto is the drummer, and Otto is the drummer, and one of my favorite parts of the album was the ending of the very last track is called See You in the Future, and it ends with like a crazy drum solo by Otto. And you know, I'm waiting to take my picture with him, and once it's finally my turn, I'm go, hi Otto, and he goes, oh hi, and I'm like, you know, you went so hard on the ending of See You in the Future. It was amazing. And he goes, oh well, thank you. And that man is one of the purest people alive. I love Otto so much, and I'm fangirling right now. It's fine. It's my channel. I can do what I want. I get a picture, I get a video, and this is that series of events. Here's a photo, everything. And finally, there is Austin. I look like a tomato because I've been blushing like crazy. And like I was saying with Otto, people were kind of like, okay, who's next? Like, who's going? Like, it was kind of like a polite thing, like, oh no, you can go, no, you can go. So there was a moment where after he signed someone's like thing, that there was like a moment of like waiting to see who would go next, and I was like, all right, I guess it's my turn. And I go up and I give that man one of the biggest hugs that I've ever given anyone in my life. I give him a hug and I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I kind of knew why I was thanking him, because, you know, it's been a really hard year with being in lockdown. I'm not going to go into that because that was a whole other story, but I think it was more like a, you know, your band and your podcast and just you creating what you created. It's helped me a lot. I started listening to the band when I was a freshman. I'm a senior now, so obviously they have helped me a lot. But he's like, no, thank you for coming, and I was ready to cry, and you know, I was like, ugh, I get flustered. But he's like, you know, thank you for coming, and I felt so bad because I was giving him a hug, and he kind of let go, and then he continued to hug me. I felt so bad. I think about that a lot. It's been a couple months, I still think about it. Anyways, I'm like, can you sign my bucket hat? But I'm shaking, I'm nervous. I also got Otto to sign my bucket hat. I think I forgot to mention that. I got them all to sign my hat. I'll show that in a minute. But he's like, yeah, sure. And we're gonna pretend this bag is the bucket hat. So he's trying to sign it, and I'm using my hand, and my phone's on my hand, and I'm using it kind of as like a hard rented thing. But I keep moving my hand because I'm like nervous. I can't think properly. And he goes, can you keep your hand right here? And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. And he goes, no, don't be sorry, you're fine, just I need something to write on. And I'm like, oh yeah. When you meet an artist that you really look up to, you get flustered and nervous, and he understood that, so I was very thankful. But anyway, he signed my bucket hat. John, the photographer, was like, this is the camera, he was like filming it all, and I was very nervous. I have these rings, these pink and blue eye rings that I wear. I kind of got them because they reminded me of the ones Austin wears, but he's like, oh cool, nice rings, and I'm like, oh, thank you. But anyways, after he signs my hat, Otto comes by and he's like, Otto, and I'm like, hi Otto, and yeah, and I ended up getting my picture. I gave him a hug, and that was it went by so fast, and I know I like talked a lot about it, but it really meant a lot to me, and I was so happy because of it. After me, Austin, and Otto take our picture, because my photo is with Austin and Otto, I go back to where my dad is so other people can take their pictures, and I move, and Otto follows me to my dad. My dad's a drummer. He played drumline in high school, and he's like really big into drums. So I think he was wearing a Vic Firth shirt, and Otto comes by and he starts talking to my dad about drums, and I swear to God, I was staring at Otto like this, like kind of like staring, and I feel so bad because I was just staring at him because I couldn't think properly, and I'm just like staring, and I know he kind of looked at me a couple times like, is she okay? I feel so bad, and I know the chances of him seeing this are like 0 to nothing. But Otto, I apologize for just staring at you. I don't know why I did it. I was nervous. But yeah, that was pretty much my day. My friends had already left like maybe 15 minutes earlier. We all took a picture together, but after that, I was like, you know what? I met the band. I got the my goodie bags. I think I spent enough time here. Mind you, there were still people in line while I was in there, so I was like, I'm gonna let other people go in and I'm gonna let them enjoy their time. They get to meet the band too. So we left. But yeah, I went home, and then maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, a video comes out from the band, and it was a video experience, like not a video experience, it was like a video of how the event went. And you can find it on YouTube. I will put it in the description. But I was in that video maybe 2 or 3 times, and one of the cool things is that when I was taking my photo with Austin and Otto, my rings were like right in front of John, so the color of my eye rings were changing color in that video. And I don't know if I can put it in here without, will I get in trouble? I don't want a chance getting in trouble because I'm a small creator, very small creator, but the chances of them seeing it and being like, we're taking this video down, it scares the hell out of me, so I'm not gonna put it in. That had to be one of the greatest days of my life. Yeah, that's the story time of how I met my favorite band twice. I highly encourage you to stream Greatest Hits by the band Waterparks and Stains by Dwayne. My videos aren't always going to be this chaotic, but I really hope you can stick around for the ride because I will be giving musical content and just me being a high school senior. I really hope you guys like this video. I will try and upload as much as I can. Stay safe. Drink a lot of water, and remember that you are loved, valid, no matter who you are or who you love. Love you. Bye. In the goodie bag, they have this notebook that said Greatest Hits on it, which is super duper cool. They have this bag, this is the goodie bag, and then they give us a water bottle and a pencil. Can't really see it. But yeah, that's what was in the goodie bag. They also had a wristband for us. I can't find it right now. I put it in like a little keepsake thing. I can't find it, but when I do, I will insert a picture right here. Yeah, bye!